Okay, beautiful. I'm going to assume that it's working. Okay, so welcome back. Day number 5, you guys have completed it. So great job on that. If we look at our results, first off, with revenue, Agincourt is just crushing the revenue. They are making a ton of money, selling lots of cups of coffee and making lots of net income. So kudos to them. Let me just spread this out a little bit. I see an Eastview there with Dominic. Let me actually just sort this one by Eastview because I've got it on numbers. Yeah, so Dominic is definitely ahead in revenue still. Our first team up with revenue is 2 beans and 1 cup. Cocoa Cafe. So revenue, we're starting to see pretty decent revenue. So we're getting close to the kind of $1,000 a day revenue, or just over $1,000 a day, which is awesome. Cups sold, most people are selling over 1,000 cups a week. So that is actually all of us are. I think the two that aren't are in Dominic's class. This guy here still is high because they must be charging a ton per cup of coffee. So, okay, good job. Net revenue. And let's organize net revenue by Eastview and have a closer look at it. Spread this out. So we still have a team in ninth position. So KKSQ. Their net income is negative $3,700. So there must have been a big spend on Friday. Something must have happened because everybody was close to breaking even, and it looks like everybody had to spend a little bit of money. So once again, just be aware, think about this, that means that you've had to put another, $1,200 or $1,300 from your own pocket into the business, which can be tricky. Startups often run negative, but the goal is to try to get them up and running independent of your pocketbook as soon as possible. So overall, not too bad. Quick and easy. We need to look at some stuff. You're still overspending. $3,700, way too much money for a company that is not making anything. You're digging yourself further and further and further into the hole here. So please try to cut back your expenses and also work on getting your revenue up. So start making a little bit more money. 2 beans, 1 cup, you actually had pretty strong revenue. You're just maybe not charging enough per cup because your net income, you're not kind of breaking even, and your customer satisfaction is fairly low as well. So just watch those couple things, okay? Your customer service scores, let me organize by Eastview so we can see where we're coming in. So Eastview is pretty low on this one. We've got our first team coming in 23rd, and that is in the Dominic's hour class. We've got a 35th. Actually, the customer service satisfaction scores are actually pretty decent, so I'm not too upset about it. Very small swings here. So on the whole, when you're looking at the statistics of it, everybody's pretty fairly close to the average. Like if you're up around 60, whatever, I'm not too concerned with it. Potentially have a look at these 40s and see if we can get those up a little bit more. You might need to figure out your staffing or whatever else is going on there just to help those guys out. But for the most part, I'm not too upset about that. And then in the averages one, so this is where we take the difference between our revenue score and the average score, and the net income score and the average net income, and the customer satisfaction and the average customer satisfaction. So I'm not guaranteeing that this is the weighted average, but it could be close. So Dominic's class has moved solidly into the lead here with a team in 8th position. So a little bit off winning that $375 per person scholarship. Our KKSQ Cafe is slipped down to 17th. So I think that the big difference is really in the revenue. Dominic's class is just making a lot more money. So they're selling more. They are $2,000 above the average revenue. So we've got to start selling more coffee, more baked goods at this point should be live. Getting those customers, getting those customers into the store. They also look like they're keeping their income pretty low. So everybody in our group is below. Oh no, they're not. So these guys are still, even though they had negative 2,300, they are actually $6,000 above the average net income. As is KKSQ. So that is really what moved them in, and Coco Cafe as well. So good job there. And then decent customer satisfaction scores. So the weighted average with all of these things considered, not doing too shabbily. So just make sure you're going into here, having a look through your, let me have a look at Coco Cafe. So I apologize if I did look at Coco Cafe last week. Make sure that you are using your, first of all, daily receipts to see what is coming in on a day-to-day basis. Make sure that you're looking at your checkbook so you understand what money is leaving, what you're paying. So $1,400 for a media boost. Are you getting a return on your investment, an ROI? For that money? Is that worth your while? COGS, remember that's cost of goods sold for your baked goods. February 1st, you had to pay rent, yada, yada. And then have a look at your income statement and make sure that everything is exactly as you want it to be. So 49.86 is your revenue. 115 would be your cost of goods sold. So that'd be your baked goods, I'm going to guess. Management and staff, so 55% for management and 28% for staff. So making sure that you're having a look at this, what is going on there. And again, this is your month to date. So because we're in week 5, we've started a new month. If you wanted to have a look at your previous month, you click on that button. You can also do year to date and have a look at all of it together. And then in your balance sheet, you want to have a look. So again, this is February, this is January, end of month, and this is February, because a balance sheet is the picture, the snapshot in time. So this is like today, what this looks like. Your income statement is the kind of all together. So you've got your cash, your deposits, your equipment, depreciation, inventory. So $1,800 or $18,000 in assets. You had to pay some taxes, or you have to pay taxes. So that'll be coming off probably your income statement next week as you pay that, or sometime in the future anyway. You've also got that $25,000 loan that you need to pay back. So that means that you are currently just about $8,000 in debt out of your own pocket to run this business. So you want to get positive equity here, and you've got 5 more weeks to make that happen. Okay, so have a look at your financials. Make sure that your financials are in line, and spend what you can afford to spend. Make sure that all of the business decisions that you make a lot of sense. Okay, so hope that helps, and yeah, good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing your results tomorrow.